Hi good people, I hope you're well and welcome to my channel. This channel is about fresh start nuggets to give you a fresh start at life. You're never too gone to have a second chance. Life is full of second chances. And also, this channel is about smart step family living, nuggets on how to build emotionally healthy step family relationships. If this is your first time here, my name is Jackie Care. I am a psychologist, a counselor, and a life coach. I am also a blended family coach. Last time I talked about parental alienation, which happens during co-parenting. Thank you for those guys who watched, and thank you for the feedback that I got. If you missed the video and you're interested in it, it's linked up on this video. You can just look for it and you will find it on the link, I think, above. Today we are still talking about co-parenting. Let's tackle the common causes or sources of conflicts during co-parenting. I'm going to share 4 common sources of conflict in co-parents. When you're aware of this, then it will be good for you to be keen on these sources of conflict so that it doesn't go beyond and escalate to something bigger than it should be, or to a relationship that is toxic with your co-parent, eventually also affecting your children at the end of the day. Co-parenting between exes, as we talked about last time, is difficult. It's very difficult, but it's quite necessary, because co-parenting gives your child an opportunity to build a relationship between each parent. The relationship ended. The relationship between you two adults. However, the parental relationship does not also have to end because your relationship ended. So it is important that as the adults, we really try and keep a civil co-parenting relationship for the benefit of our children. Since it's difficult, there are so many things that go on in co-parenting, so many conflicts. I think it is good for us to go down and just look at the 4 things that are very crucial and are a source of conflict in co-parenting parents. The first thing that is always a source of conflict is unresolved or unhealed emotions. We all know relationships end because of something bad, something negative that happened in the relationship. It could be betrayal, it could be lies, it could be unkept promises, abuse. And with all these negative things that happened that actually made your relationship end, it comes with a lot of negative emotions, resentment, hurt, pain. And if that is not dealt with, then the co-parenting relationship is going to be quite difficult. Unfortunately, you may not have control over what people do to you. You may not even have control over who hurt you and how they hurt you. However, you and only you have control of what you do with the hurt. The first thing you need to do to be a better co-parent is to heal your wounds. I am so sorry that somebody else might have inflicted these wounds, this emotional pain on you, but the response, the forgiving part and the healing part is all yours. Hurt people. If you don't heal those wounds, you're not only going to try to hurt your ex, in the process, you are also going to hurt your children and you're going to hurt yourself. So the first thing to be a better co-parent is for you to seek healing of your unresolved emotions or emotional wounds and the pain of that relationship. The second thing that brings also a lot of conflicts between co-parenting parents is the differences in parenting styles and daily routines. Even in a both parent home where kids are staying with their both bio parents, it's very rare to find two people who have the same parenting styles. Our parenting styles are different. Though we may have different parenting styles, at the end of the day, we need to know what are the values or what kind of person are we trying to raise in our child. What are the values do we want to instill in our kids? If you can agree on the values that you want to instill on your kids, then my style into instilling that value might be different from your style. But if the byproduct is, the end goal is the same, I don't think that should be a cause of conflict, because we are different and we may do things differently. However, if another parent's parenting style is detrimental or a source of is abuse to the child, then you can talk about it. You can complain, you can protect your child if at all it is abusive. However, if it is just because their styles of doing it are different from yours, but we have the same goals, that we value our child, we love our child, we want our child to be emotionally healthy, balanced human being at the end of the day, but he's doing it differently, I don't think that is a source of concern. So appreciate each other's parenting styles. They may be different, but the vision is the same. We love our child. That is okay. Don't expect the other parent to do things exactly as you do. Try as much as possible. I know this is a difficult one. Try as much as possible to have a routine that is similar. You may not have the same, but a routine that is similar, or what you demand from the child to be a bit similar, so that a child does not have to be a different personality in mommy's house and a different personality in daddy's house. That does not go well with the child, because it is a chameleon. We call it a chameleon effect. This child will not be a balanced human being later, because as the adults who divorced or separated, we have our own separate homes and we have consistency, but our child does not have consistency. Let us try to make the routines as consistent as possible for the benefit of the child. Listen to each other if possible. Let me not say if possible. Try and listen to each other for the sake of the child. Remember in the last video I said, let us love our children more than we hate our exes. And if we do that, we can talk or agree around the things that will benefit our child. And routine and consistency will support your children. So also stick to the promises that you keep. When you say you're going to pick your son at a such and such a time, kindly do. If you break the promises, then you're also hurting the child. So I know parenting styles and daily routines are some major causes of conflict. As the adults who are the co-parents, we can improve on this. The third source of conflict is what we talked about last time. This is bad mouthing your ex and alienating the child. In the last video, we talked about parental alienation. It is detrimental to your child. So just know that there are no ex-parents and there are no ex-children. Allow your child to form a relationship with their other parent unless the relationship with the other parent is a danger to them. Then you can protect them against their parent, because that is your duty as a parent, to protect your children. Do not speak ill of their bio parent in their presence, because that is half their DNA. If you're speaking ill of their parent, it also means that you don't like half of who they are. And it is an emotion that kids do not know what to do about. So do not speak ill of the other parent, especially with them. You can do that with friends if you need to. Protect your children from such. Fourth and the final source of conflict during co-parenting is when we are now moving on, the other parent is moving on, dating or remarriage. It is a point of conflict, especially for the ex, now that your ex is moving on and you know that this person that is coming into his or her life is going to be part of your child's life. You don't know what to do about it. Maybe it's out of fear. Will they treat my child well? It is understandable that you love your child so much and you have concerns about their lives. This is something that you can talk about and you can express your concerns. You can make your asks, your demands, make sure that your demands are also reasonable. And the other parent who is also remarrying can also have a conversation with you, should be having a conversation with you around this and around the new arrangement, and assure you that the children or your child will be well taken care of. At the end of the day, from these sources of conflict, one of the common thread is that communication is very important. But communication cannot happen if we are not civil with each other. The fact that you're both bio parents who actually have your child's welfare at heart, you can love your child more than you hate each other by ensuring that the processes, the procedure, and the communication that you put in place are all about the child or the children and their welfare. So when you look at all these sources, the 4 sources of conflict that I've shared, and what you can do about it, if you improve on these 4 areas, the co-parenting relationship is not going to be that bad, and your child is going to benefit from this.